Welcome everyone, welcome everyone, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about my crazy neighbors. I moved about 3 or 4 months ago, so I don't have to see them anymore. I haven't talked to them since I left. But I used to live in this apartment. There were 6 apartments in this building, and it was privately owned. The crazy neighbors I'm going to talk about in this story lived right below me and my girlfriend. When we first met them, it was just the girl. Her boyfriend and her had actually just broken up. She also had a kid, and her boyfriend wasn't the baby daddy, but he had raised the baby since she was born. So it was basically this kid's dad and this girl's long-term boyfriend. The girlfriend had crashed her car a few months prior, and she was relying on her boyfriend to take her to work. Now that they were broken up, she didn't have a ride to work, she didn't have a ride to go do anything, and she had a kid. We moved in right as they had broken up, like a day or two after. That's when everything started going downhill for my girlfriend and I. At first, the girlfriend just asked for rides to work, which was no big deal. She had a kid, she needed to work, so we just took her there. She kept asking more and more favors, like for us to take her to the store, or if she needed cigarettes, or if she needed anything. Her boyfriend and her eventually got back together, and he could give her rides again. Everything was fine for a while. We said hi to them in the hall, they said hi to us. They even came over a couple times. Then one day, below us, we hear a bunch of fighting and throwing things around, and it sounds like someone's brawling downstairs. The kid was loud all the time, so my girlfriend and I didn't think anything of it. We just thought she was playing. It stopped and nothing happened for a while. After it stopped, my girlfriend went to work, and then I went to work. By the time we got back, there was a bunch of cops there. We really didn't want anything to do with the cops, so we just went inside. We waited inside for a while, and then we got a knock from our neighbor from across the hall. We'll call him Craig, and Craig was on parole. He didn't want anything to do with the cops either, but he still went outside. Craig asked us if we knew what happened. We both said no, and then he told us that the boyfriend downstairs was yelling and screaming at the girlfriend, and he was throwing stuff around. We didn't know if he hit her or anything, but he was still freaking out, and then he proceeded to blame everything on her, and the cops believed him. Craig also told us some stuff we didn't know. The boyfriend did meth and the girlfriend did coke, so there was a bunch of drugs involved, and he was just going crazy. The boyfriend ended up leaving the girlfriend again this night. They were on and off a lot. She didn't have a ride to work anymore, so that meant that we had to give her rides again. The girlfriend gets a job making a little more money, so she's hoping to save up for a car. She was doing okay by herself for a while, but she was still having problems. My girlfriend and I were always watching her kid, even when she wasn't at work. She'd go out and party or do whatever. And I don't know if she was doing coke at this point, but I thought she was. A couple months later, the boyfriend pops back into the picture again. And they were cool for a while, but it didn't take very long for the fighting to start. They were fighting every day, they were being loud. We had tried to call the cops on them before, but they did nothing. These landlords were slumlords, so they weren't gonna kick them out. They were being so loud that we weren't even the only ones complaining. Craig was complaining, people across the building were complaining, even some of the neighbors in the other houses around us were saying that they could hear us. Another month goes by and the boyfriend leaves yet again. So the girlfriend starts hanging out at our apartment again. She and my girlfriend both vape, and when the neighbor came over, she said something about her vape being out. Then my girlfriend's vape magically disappeared. We never confronted her about it, but we always knew it was her because it just happened to disappear right after she left, and we moved out of that apartment since then and we never found it. The girl neighbor was bi, and during this whole thing, her boyfriend accused me of cheating with her and my girlfriend of cheating with her. But he did eventually come back. They were always fighting again, but we only had a couple weeks left on our lease, so we got out of there and we haven't talked to them since. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see in the comments. Also, don't forget to follow all my socials, Twitter, Insta, TikTok. Everything's in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.